तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते। ताप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। Okay, reading from Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, verse number 12. You can repeat after me the verse. काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं
यजन्ता इह देवताः
यजन्त इह देवता
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके
सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा।
सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा।
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं
यजन्ता इह देवताः
यजन्त इह देवता
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके
सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा।
सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा।
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं
यजन्ता इह देवताः
यजन्त इह देवताः
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके
सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा।
सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा।
Yeah. Anyone would like to recite the verse?
काङ्क्षतः कर्मणां सिद्धिं
काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं
यजन्त इह देवताः
यजन्ता इह देवताः
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके
क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके
सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा।
सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा। Anyone else? Okay, we'll go for what synonyms. Kankshantah,
काङ्क्षन्तः
desiring.
desiring
Karmanam,
कर्मणां
of fruitive activities.
of fruitive activities
Siddhim,
siddhim
perfection.
perfection
Yajante,
yajante
they worship by sacrifices.
they worship by sacrifices
Iha,
iha
in the material world.
in the material world
Devatah,
devataha
the demigods.
the demigods
Kshipram,
kshipram
very quickly.
very quickly
He,
he
certainly.
certainly
Manushe,
manushe
in human society.
in human society
Loke,
Loke,
within this world,
within this world,
siddhihi,
siddhihi,
success,
success,
bhavati,
bhavati,
comes,
comes,
karmaja,
karmaja,
from fruitive work.
from fruitive work.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world. Purport. There is a great misconception about the gods or demigods in this material world, and men of less intelligence, although passing as great scholars, take these demigods to be various forms of the Supreme Lord. Actually, the demigods are not different forms of God, but they are God's different parts and parcels. God is one, and the parts and parcels are many. The Vedas say, Nityo Nityanam. God is one, Ishvara Parama Krishna. The Supreme God is one, Krishna, and the demigods are delegated with powers to manage this material world. These demigods are all living entities, Nityanam, with different grades of material power. They cannot be equal to the Supreme Lord, Supreme God, Narayana, Vishnu, or Krishna. Anyone who thinks that God and the demigods are on the same level is called an atheist or Pashandi. Even the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva cannot be compared to the Supreme Lord. In fact, the Lord is worshipped by demigods such as Brahma and Shiva. Shiva Virinchi Nutam. Yet, curiously enough, there are many human leaders who are worshipped by foolish men under the misunderstanding of anthropomorphism or zoomorphism. Iha Devata denotes a powerful man or demigod of this material world. But Narayana, Vishnu, or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, does not belong to this world. He is above or transcendental to material creation. Even Sripada Shankaracharya, the leader of impersonalists, maintains that Narayana or Krishna is beyond this material creation. However, foolish people, Krutajnana, worship the demigods because they want immediate results. They get the results, but do not know that results so obtained by are temporary and are meant for less intelligent persons. The intelligent person is in Krishna consciousness and he has no need to worship the paltry demigods for some immediate temporary benefit. The demigods of this material world, as well as their worshippers, will vanish with the annihilation of this material world. The boons of the demigods are material and temporary. Both the material worlds and their inhabitants, including the demigods and their worshippers, are bubbles in the cosmic ocean. In this world, however, human society is mad after temporary things such as the material opulence of possessing land, family, and enjoyable paraphernalia. To achieve such temporary things, people worship the demigods or powerful men in human society. If a man gets some ministership in the government by worshipping a political leader, he considers that he has achieved a great boon. All of them are, therefore, not owing to the so-called leaders or big guns in order to achieve temporary boons, and they indeed achieve such things. Such foolish men are not interested in Krishna consciousness for the permanent solution to the hardships of material existence. They are all after sense enjoyment, and to get a little facility for sense enjoyment, they are attracted to worshipping empowered living entities known as demigods. This verse indicates that people are rarely interested in Krishna consciousness. They are mostly interested in material enjoyment and therefore they worship some powerful living entity. Translation once again. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men gets results from fruitive work in this world. Okay, so let's see the flow of chapter. We are at 12th verse. So till yeah, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata. That verse comes as his seventh verse. Then after that one, like the reasons explains Krishna, why he comes to the he descends to this material world, like, to deliver the pious people and to annihilate the miscreants and to establish the religious principle. Then after that one, like ninth verse, it describes about one who knows the nature of birth and activities of Supreme Lord. Just by knowing that one, no need to take birth. Tektva deham punarjanma naiti mameti, so Arjuna. Then after that one, 10th verse, being freed from attachment, vitaraga bhaya krodha. So one has to get freed from this attachment, fear and anger, and fully absorbing in Krishna, taking refuge in Krishna. Many persons in the past purified by knowledge, and thus they all attained the transcendental love for me. So here in 4.10, Krishna is giving, like, proof, like a lot of people by getting free from attachment, fear and anger, they attained me. Then after that one, in 4.11, Krishna says, Ye etamam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamyaham. So as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. It means that the level of the level of our surrender to the Supreme Lord, the same level of reciprocation we get from Krishna. So everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Partha. Now, see, so far, like, Krishna gave the reasons why he descends, and Krishna gives the proofs. A lot of people taken refuge on me and they attained me, or they attained transcendental realm. Then after that one, like he gives the path, like, by getting free attachment, fear and anger, they come to me. Then after that one, like he gives, like, level of surrender. Then now Krishna is speaking about the men who desire for the success. See here, fruitive activities, especially Krishna is stressing here fruitive activities. So let's see the verse word for word. Kangshantaha. Kangshantaha means, kangsha means desire. Okay, karmanam siddhim. Karmanam is karma. Karma means activities. Siddhim means perfection. Okay, then ejanta iha devata. Ejanta means worshipping. Okay, so they worship by sacrifices whom iha means this material world. Iha para. Iha means material world, para means spiritual world. Iha devata, demigods. So they worship to fulfill their desires the material devatas. So the devatas, demigods who belongs to this material world. So we will see that how they are demigods or belongs to material world. We will see next. Kshipram. Kshipram means quickly, very quickly. It's not only quickly, very quickly. Kshipram hi manushe loke. So in human society, loka, in this world of human society, they worship the iha devatas. Then siddhir bhavati karmaja. Siddhir means they attain success. They become success from fruitive activities. So it's saying two things. They worship by sacrifices, offering to the iha devatas. Those are the material demigods belongs to this material world, and by doing that one, they attain success. How? Kshipram, very quickly. So let's see, like how Prabhupada gives. Here it says there is a misconception between gods and demigods. So less intelligent people think that demigods are, like, various forms of Supreme Lord. Like they think, like, in different form the demigods represents to the Supreme Lord. But actually Prabhupada says here demigods are not different forms of Supreme Lord. They are part and parcels of the Supreme Lord. So God is one, supreme, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is one, but the all are like part and parcels are many. So in that one, Nityo Nityanam, so it says, like, when all these living entities are parts and parcels of Krishna. And how that Supreme God is Krishna, it defined in Brahma Samhita, saying that one, Ishvara Parama Krishna. Parama means, like, he is the Paramatma, he is the Supreme Lord. Ishvara, who is the supreme controller. So that is Krishna. So that's what it defined, like who offered the Brahma Samhita, the Brahma, Lord Brahma, like who is the first living entity created by the Lord. So that Jiva. So Brahma offers these prayers to Krishna. So in that one, Brahma says Ishvara Parama Krishna. Right? Then after that one, like, these demigods is described like, Iha Devata. So how iha devatas? So in Bhagavad Gita 8:16 says, Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartino Arjuna mahamupetyatu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. So this verse says from the highest planetary system Brahma loka, Abrahma bhuvana loka, from the highest planetary system Brahma loka to the lowest system, that like we have like a total 14 planetary systems, right? So down to the lowest Patala. So the lowest one is Patala, top one is Satyaloka, which is Brahma's abode. So what are those places? Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. Punar means repeatedly. Avartana means rotating. Where Punaravartino Arjuna. So we will rotate between these two. How? Mamupetyatu kaunteya punarjanma. Sorry. Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. So these are the places of miseries, and at the same time whoever comes to me, they never go back, they don't take birth again. So that is the thing. So there Krishna describes the range of the planetary systems which are places of misery. So Brahmaloka to topmost Brahmaloka to the lowest planetary systems, Patala. So if we consider wherever we go between these two ranges, there is a places of misery. Why means, so these four problems like birth, old age, disease, death, it's there. So but level of enjoyment, level of like as lifespans varies, but all are temporary, so that is the thing. That's why these all the demigods are called as iha devata means they have some range, they belongs to this kind of some region kind of devatas. So to them, the people who want to execute, who want to fulfill their desires through the fruitive activities, they worship these iha devatas. By worshipping them, they quickly attain perfection, like they quickly attain success, they quickly get fulfill their desires. So why they take the shelter of the iha devatas and how they attain this one, it's very clearly explained in 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So let's see that series of verses. These are called as demigod series verses, like how, not this one, like next verse, sorry. So 20th verse. Let's see here. So we will see 4 verses here in 7th chapter. Krishna explains about the people, how the people get worship the demigods and what kind of results they will get. We'll see the verse and translation. कामैस्तैस्तैर्हृतज्ञाना प्रपद्यन्ते अन्यदेवता तं तं नियममास्ताय प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया. So it says those whose intelligence is stolen by material desires, like that's what we are talking, kangshantaha karmanam siddhim in the present verse, right? So those who have stolen here material desires surrender unto the demigods, iha devata in our present verse. Now here it's saying anya devata. So the demigods, they follow particular rules and regulations which are prescribed in the Vedas. They follow some particular rules and regulations, and they worship according to their own natures. So consider one is worshipping a devata, and they follow their own rules. It's not like, okay, I fast for something, or I give up the fruit which is dear to this devata, like that. They create themselves, or they adopt some kind of rules, and according to their own nature they worship. Okay, then next, see what in the next verse Krishna says. So next verse it says, yo yam tanum bhaktaha shraddhaya architum ichchati tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadamyaham. So whoever, yo means whoever, and yam means whichever. So whoever and worship the whichever the devata, okay, the bhakta who worships the particular devata, what happened? Shraddhayachitum ichchati. They worship with shraddha means with faith, Archana means like worshipping. Ichati means like desires. They desire to worship with faith, that particular form of the Lord, Devata. Then Tasya Tashya Chalam Shraddham. So to him, the Achalam means steadiness. So the faith, the steadiness in the faith, the Shraddham, the faith, Tameva Vidadamyaham. I make their faith steady. Krishna is telling. So if someone is worshipping a Devata, so Krishna is making their faith steady towards to the particular form of the Lord. I mean, Devata. So that's what it says. How he is, Krishna is making? Translation Prabhupada says, I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. So by sitting as a super soul, Krishna is making that faith, whatever the jiva has towards to particular form of devata. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. Mainly, it's saying that one, the attachment towards to the particular form in the form of bhakti, that steadiness brings by Krishna only. That's what this verse is saying. Okay, then we will go. So now Krishna made that person towards to that particular devata, his faith very strong. Then next, sataya shraddaya yuktas tasyaradhanamihati labate cha tata kaman mayeva hitan. So with that faith, with that steady faith, so we are in third step now. So with that steady faith, tasyaradhanamihate, they worship that particular demigod. Then labate cha tata kama. Labate means they obtain. They attains what they desire. Tataha kaman desire. So they get success in their desires. Like, if I want something, that I achieve by with steady faith, who has given by Krishna himself. Then Mayaiva hitan. Those results, whatever that particular person gets, that is also given by me. Mayaiva hitan. So see here, endowed with such faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. So it says like whatever, like like level, like whoever, like devata we take, but those results are that conditioned soul is getting by Krishna himself. That's what Krishna says here. Then next verse Krishna says, this is the last verse in the series, antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasham devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. So antavattu, what kind of results the person gets? Antavattu phalam tesham. This verse describes, in the previous verse, we come to know the person, conditioned soul, will get the results, right? According to his desire. And Krishna said, those are bestowed by me. But this verse is explaining what kind of results are those. Those are antavattu phalam tesham. Those are perishable. It has a beginning and end. Those are not permanent. So those are perishable. Antavattu phalam tesham tad bhavati alpamedasham. Why this is less intelligent? We will see next, after a few minutes. Next, alpamedasham means with a small intelligence. Devan deva yajo yanti. The demigods, whoever worships the demigods, mad bhakta yanti mamapi. Means my devotees ultimately reach me. Whoever worships the devatas, they go to their particular planetary systems, but mad bhakta yanti mamapi. Yanti means reach, go. My devotees come back to me. So one way Krishna is saying in these 4 verses his supreme position, and at the same time, Krishna is saying whoever connects to the demigods, they also connect to me, but indirectly. They don't know, because their faith comes from me, their results comes from me. So everything comes from me. That's what Krishna is saying. So why here it's used alpamedasam? Alpamedasam, Prabhupada gives 2 reasons. So alpa means small. Adik means like a high, more. Alpa means small. Alpa meda means intelligence. Alpa medasam. So whoever take this path of these 4 verses, whoever takes shelter of Iha Devatas, they are called alpa medasam. Why? Because, so there are 2 reasons. One is, see, take part, opting to do the fruitive activity, Like if any person takes, like, want to do some fruitive activities to fulfill their desires, what will happen? He is executing the fruitive activities. The engaging in the fruitive activities is going to give reactions, whatever, even if it is a good deed, bad deed, whatever activities we do. So for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Same thing applies in karma also. If we do one activity, then equal and opposite reaction comes to us also, equal. And though if we do good deeds, that means that we need to experience, or we need to go through the piety of that good activity. So to go through that reaction of that activities which we do, we need body, or we need to belong to this material world. That means that we are creating one more birth in this material world. So in that way, normally intelligent people, when they understand this place is like, Brahma Bhuvana Loka, like from topmost to down, everything is place of misery, means intelligent person thinks that I want to get out of this one. Like, he don't adjust any position and want to stay here. So that's why here it's called as Alpamedasham. They are taking shelter of the places where we get like bond. Then to get rid of, to experience that reactions of that activity, we need to take one more birth. And to accepting the material body means accepting the sufferings. It's not only we are going to experience the reactions of our activities, but at the same time, whenever the jiva is belongs to this material world, they are the nature of the soul is active means do. So when we don't know, it's not like that chance of the material body is not only to go through the reactions, but again create or do activities. So in this way, the rotation of the repeated cycle of birth and death goes on. That's why it's Alpamedasham. Choosing this path is Alpamedasham. The other thing Prabhupada explains is like, one second. The other one more point Prabhupada explains is, yeah, same thing, like experiencing the fruitive activities, the reactions of the karma we have to go through. For that one, we give a chance to get one more material body, and that which is full of suffer. And when the intelligent person, he don't want to create that kind of chance to get one more material body, as he knows, like janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanu darshanam. It says janma mrityu jara vyadi, these are the four problems of life, and due to that, intelligent person tries to get rid of that one. That's why he tries to get out of this material world. So that's why the people who take the shelter of the demigods are poor fund of knowledge. So in these, due to these two reasons, they are called as Alpamedasham. So those are the reasons Prabhupada give. Then after that one, it says like, even Krishna gives, come back to the present verse, what is their Kankshantaha. So here Prabhupada says, once again, yeah, Prabhupada says about this demigod's position, right? Then after that one, the people who thinks demigods and the Supreme Lord Narayana in equal level, those are called as atheist or passion days. So this is the one of the offenses we read every day in out of 10 offenses, like seeing equally the demigods and the Supreme Lord. So we can't, like, take an example or analogy. The president of USA is there, like, Biden. So if if somebody other person will come, and if we say that one, no, he is also president, like, his name is also that one, he is also president, means definitely no one will agree, even in this material world too, because president is one person, like he is one, that's it. So but we can't equate the level or powers of the president with any other person in the country, because the position gives him powers, and at the same time he has the power to rule this whole country. And at the same time, we don't say even like his assistant also is not equal to him, right? In the same way, Supreme Lord is a Supreme Lord. He know, even like, the level of the demigods, whoever are there, they are not equal to the Supreme Lord. Like in even the material world, like we think like consider like IT company, like if I am an employee to the one company, I am working in one team, and I have a team leader, and without knowing the company, like I can think like everything for me I am getting from the team leader only, so this whole company belongs to him, everything. No, it's a wrong understanding, because so the team leader is like kind of a mediator for me, but the whole company is running under the decisions of the CEO of the company. So if I want a salary slip, then definitely with the sign of CEO of that company, I will get a appraisal slip, whatever we say, through my team leader. So it's same thing, but I think, oh, my team lead is giving my salary hike, but not that one, but I'm getting salary hike from from the company CEO. It means that without knowledge or without knowing about CEO, if I think my team lead or my reporting person is the head of the company, means it's a poor fund of knowledge. So if even if I say, if you are all working, if I say like that, oh, some person is something like like this, in this analogy, you all will laugh. No, you don't know the structure of the company, it's not like that, but there is a person who is called CEO, chief executive officer, and this whole company belongs to him. Then you try to explain me, right? So in the same way, we need to understand the position of the Supreme Lord, who is Narayana, Krishna. Then we need to understand the people who work under him, or the devatas who work under him, because they get the power from them. Take an example of Ganesha. So normally people say that when he is the Vigna Vinashaka Ganesha, that's why they do first puja to Ganesha, like that. So then where do the power for Ganesha comes to remove the obstacles of the people who worship him? From Krishna. That's why where it's mentioned in Brahma Samhita. Etpada Pallava Yugam Vinidaya Kumbha Dvandve Pranama Samaye Sa Ganadi Raja Vignan Vihantum Alamasya Jagatrayasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Vignan Vihantum Alamasya Jagatrayasya. So Ganesha gets that power from the lotus feet of Krishna. He prays to the lotus feet of Krishna. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So without knowing this, if I say that one, no, Ganesha is a supreme, he removes all the obstacles, means it's kind of a poor fund of knowledge. We need to know the where the root of the energy comes. So that is the Supreme Krishna. That is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So without knowing that, we can't say Ganesha is the supreme. So that's why here it's mentions very clearly, Prabhupada, the powerful, they worship the powerful living entity. The powerful, instead of paraphrase of the demigod or devata, Prabhupada says they worship some powerful living entity. So the demigods have some powers. They are not equal to the normal human beings. As I said, like from Brahmaloka to Patala, different planets, different living entities with different of lifespans, with the different of comfortable zones to enjoy themselves, but everything is temporary. Everything is temporary, but it depends. It's some point. Antavattu phalam tesham. There are the beginning and end. So that's why like demigod devatas are called as some powerful living entities, but they are not the supreme lords. They are part and parcels of Krishna. They are not equals to the Lord. So all these facts we need to understand. But here Prabhupada says, in this present situation, people worship the other human beings also like gods. So because due to the Kali Yuga, so we are so fortunate to have these kind of scriptural references and purpose of the Prabhupada, like clearly they are, it's showing the power of the position of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So this is what I have for this verse. If anyone have any kind of realizations or comments, please add. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
All this rain is putting us to sleep.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything to share, Mataji?
No, but it's a very common thing that, especially among us Indians, where the demigods and Krishna are considered at the same level.
Yes, Mataji.
So it's a very common misconception. I mean, and it's hard to kind of even tell people, they might get offended.
Yes, Mataji. It's like that's why I said Krishna only gives that faith to connect to that particular form, but to move that faith towards to Krishna, it's like it's a transition for them, like for.
Yeah, most people think it is kind of offensive to even directly go to Krishna without kind of going through the hierarchy. Whereas it says in the book, all of our acharyas say you can, it's better to directly go to Krishna to ask for anything, right? Even if it is fruitive things, better to directly go to Krishna. Yeah.
Yeah, in yesterday, I think 4:11 verse, it's a purport Prabhupada says, Sakama sarvakama va moksha kama udaradihi tivrena bhakti yogena vijante purusham param, right? So even if someone is akama, no desires, or sarvakama, if he has lot of desires, or moksha kama, if one want liberation, so tivrena bhakti yogena. So let's develop, let's do the bhakti yoga towards ejeta purusham param. So try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection, culminating in Krishna consciousness. So as difference is as here it's Krishna in this verse, as you brought this point. So in this verse, as Krishna is saying, whatever you want, like moksha you want, or you have a lot of desires, or if you don't have desires, worship Krishna. Why Krishna is saying this one is the difference is there between worshipping demigods and Krishna's worship, because see, if we have a desire and if we go to demigod, so what will their what you say, their role of work is whatever the human beings asks by worshipping, by pleasing them, they have to give. So they don't think from the worshipper side whether this boon or this benediction is benefit to him or it's not benefit to him. So consider the Vrukasura story. So he worshipped the Vrukasura, worshipped the Shiva, and he asks benediction. And as with his austerity, Shiva became very pleased and he gave that benediction. Then what happened? The Vrukasura, he want to try that benediction on Shiva himself. Then Shiva, the benediction is on whomever, he, the Vrukasura keeps his hand on their heads, then they have to, the living entity, the human being will get get burned into ashes. And that thing he Vrukasura want to try on Shiva itself, who gave the benediction. So then Shiva ran to Vishnu and explained everything. Then Vishnu comes, he says, he comes in disguise and as a Brahmana, he stops like Vrukasura and he says, why are you running like that? And then that Rukasara says the whole thing. Then do you believe Shiva? I don't think so. Whatever he said is going to happen. If you want to check, you can put your hand on your head. Then what happens? He burn himself, right? The Vrukasura. So thing is, if we worship the devatas, they don't think from the worshipper side whether that boon is is going to helpful to the whole world, or whether the boon is helpful to the person or not. But when we connect to Krishna, Krishna fulfills the desire. At the same time, he don't stop there. Krishna continues to uh, create the circumstances how the jiva come back to me. That only Krishna does. Not like it's a compare, if child is sick and it's a cold now, raining is happening. If child is sick, it's winter, then the child asks ice cream. Then mom says, no, it's going to be it's your throat will, you can't speak, it's going to spoil your throat. No, I don't give. So that kind of thing is Krishna. You ask something, but Krishna gives what is best for you. It's not what you desire. But demigods or devatas are not like that. Whatever you ask, even child asks, like, kind of child asks ice cream on the cold night, like in the rainy season, the demigods gives. Okay, you take it. You ask. See, to make you happy is my duty. Whatever you ask, I will give you. Like that. Like that. Like, if the child wants, like, if child goes to the father and asks, I give me like a $10, I want to go and buy cigarettes. Then, like, intelligent person will say, what you ask, you want to buy cigarettes to smoke? No, that is not good for you. Then he explains, gives the right path, like, this is not good. But that is Krishna's love. But when devatas, like, you want, okay, I will give you, then they'll go the child. That is the thing. So we don't know, because the human intelligence is not the capable to think what is the permanent benefit for them, because they are in the temporary material world. Their intelligence is not pure enough to decide what is best for them, because this material world is keep changing. And due to that one, whatever we choose at this moment, we think, oh, this is good. The next day, if something changes, then, like, a kind of electronics we face, if I want to buy electronic, we do a lot of research. I think this is good. By the time we research and we buy it, the new version comes, then it dominates. Then what will happen? It's like that. So it's the same thing. It's keep changes. We never get satisfied with this lust and everything. Yeah, as it is keep changes, our desires also keep changes. But Krishna, wherever, like, wherever situation we are in, but he, what if we take shelter of Krishna, then what will happen? He mold our life in such a way that he pulls us towards him. That is the Krishna's love speciality. So that's why, like, recently I heard one phrase from Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. He says, our mistakes are not in Krishna's plan, but Krishna's plan works through our mistakes too. Means, if we did the mistakes, so, but, like, kind of any kind of like, what can I say, regulative principle or something. The living entity, we don't born by birth Krishna consciousness. So if once we connect to the devotees, we want to get rid of that regulative principles, whatever we used to do. Then how we need to get rid of that one? By taking shelter of Krishna. So Krishna molds the situation in such a way that one, if we sincerely have a desire, then definitely Krishna makes that living, the person to get out of the to follow the regulative principles, to create the circumstances where the jiva can come back to him. So we all are in this situation. Means, definitely in our lives we have lot of situations like this, where Krishna helped us to mold ourselves, because without Krishna's mercy, without devotees mercy, it's not our own capacity made us to sit here and talk like this. Definitely that is not that one. Definitely the devotees prayers might help, and the circumstances might help, and acharya's blessings, lot of things are the factors today as we are sitting and discussing Bhagavad Gita. So that's what I found, like, my realization about the like, devatas worship and the supreme personality of Godhead worship. So that's why Krishna is reciprocal. It's not like just whatever we ask, okay, I gave it, then done business. No, it's a reciprocal. That's why ye yatamam prapadyanti tam stataiva brajamyaham. Surrender won't happen at one moment. Surrender is a process. It goes step by step. So that step by step, wherever we stand, the reciprocation is there from Krishna. Okay, you are doing this, okay, I will reciprocate like that. It's not like you are this level, I don't reciprocate. No, Krishna reciprocates at each and every level of our sadhana bhakti. That's what, Mataji, I want to share.
Yeah, I know. I mean, sometimes we think that Krishna Bhaktas are in a lot of trouble, but some Shiva Bhaktas might be doing really well, getting everything they want, materially speaking. But Krishna does not want us to be just materially well off. He wants us to be spiritually well off.
Yeah, recently I heard the story, as you said, like Krishna Bhaktas are always like troubles, like,
I know. That's what I was laughing.
Krishna gives the troubles to maybe that troubles, and that time we turn towards to Krishna, right? That's why who are surrendered to Krishna, they think like Tatenu Kampam Susamikshamaanu. They think that one I deserve more, but Krishna made that one as a tiny, like, like that they think. So recently I heard from Nitai Sevni Mataji one story. She says like, you know, in the temple, one person works in the temple and it's a Krishna, rather Krishna's altar is there. Then he works so every day nicely, and it's kind of like, you know, understanding how Krishna acts in our life, even how Krishna's plan works in the troubles of our life also. Because see here in this just a story what she said, so the person who works every day in the temple, so he talks to Krishna once, like, you know, he says, like, you know, I work every day for you, I clean the temple, I spend lot of service, I spend lot of time in the temple. Then Krishna says, yeah, you are working, and I am happy with your service, like that. Then you stand continuously like that, right? Don't you feel bored or something? So I want to stand, like, you know, let's see your position, like that, he asks. Okay, you stand for one day. Then what happened, like, you know, the person gives, Krishna gives the power, and the person stands on the altar as in the form of Krishna. Then one person comes, he's a poor farmer, and he says, like, you know, Krishna, he prayed to Lord. So I am very poor, and my daughter, he need to full, like, you know, feed his family, so he asks, give some help or money so that I can feed my family, like that. He prays with heart. He stands like nearby. Then the one like rich person comes, and he prays to Krishna, and he leave his wallet on the near the desk, on the near to the altar, and he prays, and he forgot, and he go out of the temple hall. Then this farmer, he thought, like, he takes that wallet, and he thought, like, you know, he takes that money, and he goes to the home. Then this rich person realized, after going out of the temple hall, and he comes back. By the time he comes back, one more person came in front of Krishna. He is a sailor. So he want to go to the sailing for 1 month. If he goes on the water in a boat, he go for 1 month. So supposed to go next day. So he came that day to take blessings from Krishna. So he was praying to Krishna. Then this rich person thought, look, this is the person who took my wallet, and he called the police, and he said, like, you know, arrest him and everything. Then as this Brahmana who used to work in the temple, he stood in front the place of Krishna, right? Then he created a scene saying that one, no, that not this Brahmana, farmer took your wallet. So you have to catch farmer, not this sailor. Then everything happened, and the police takes the farmer, and the sailor goes to home. Then evening Krishna comes back to take the position. That time that Brahmana person explained, day was very good, I don't know how you are going to handle, it's very tough to answer all the persons, like that. He shares his realizations, and the person said what happened and everything, like that. Then Krishna says, you spoiled all my plan. Then the Brahmana said, what happened? See, the sailor is going tomorrow, and there is a big storm is going to come. And he is a devotee of mine. If he goes, he's going to die tomorrow. That's why I want to make him to go to prison for 1 day late. So as the whole team is going, and if he goes to the jail for 1 day, if he sits in the prison, then in that way I want to save him. Then you spoiled everything, and you told everything the farmer took. So this is the sailor's point of view, Krishna's plan. And for the farmer's point of view, he is starving, and he wants some money. And this rich person, he don't want anything, so he left. So I thought of, this rich person is not a devotee, he's not doing anything. At least if I take his money, and if I give that money to the farmer, there is a way I can give something to this rich person. So that's why in that way I gave that money to the farmer. So Krishna explains all these things. So the trouble which Krishna has created for the sailor to go to the prison for 1 day, to save him from the, like, you know, save him, to make him to live, so that he can do service, like that. So Krishna's plans are very, very tricky, Mataji. That's how Krishna's gives the obstacles. That's what we hear every time. The quote from the Srila Prabhupada: the obstacles in the path of devotional service are blessings. But it's very hard to realize, or very hard to take that statement. But I heard this story, so I thought of I'll share that one.
Yeah. Yeah, we may not understand it all the
May
time,
not
but
understand. Each persons
yeah.
have each kind of reciprocation from Krishna. So no to any nothing, like no two persons reciprocation from Krishna is very, very different.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So if anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, so if no one has any comments or questions, only 5 more minutes is there. I think we can stop here. We'll offer prayers to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha.
Just one comment.
Yes,
Just
Mataji,
one
go ahead.
comment. There is an English movie called Bruce Almighty where, it's kind of funny, where God allows this one person to be God for one day, and he messes up the whole world, so something to, somebody, you can follow it. So that it shows that it's not easy to be God even. It shows. Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine, Mataji. That's what, like, we can't take that position also, but we are envious of that position. That's why we are here in this material world.
Right.
Okay, then we'll offer prayers to the assembled Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpa kripa sindhuke patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.